Warner Bros. Reportedly spent hundreds of millions making Supergirl. The audience spent about 1 hour deciding whether they care. That's branding. The uncomfortable truth is this: the bigger a brand becomes, the easier it is for it to stop listening to its customers. And Supergirl is the latest example. Let's separate facts from opinions. There is no conclusive evidence that one issue caused Supergirl to underperform. Movies rarely fail because of one thing, but one thing is undeniable. Months before release, the audience was already talking. The trailers, the marketing, the wider direction of Hollywood, the storytelling, the online debate, the conversation had already started. The real question is, was Warner Bros. Listening? Because businesses often confuse hearing customers with listening to them. These aren't the same thing. This isn't just a Hollywood problem. It is what happens when organizations and big brands become too successful. They stop asking what do customers want and start asking how do we convince customers to want what we've already made. These are completely different questions. One builds businesses, the other builds shareholder meetings with very awkward PowerPoint presentations. Companies love saying the customer doesn't know what they want. Sometimes that's true. Henry Ford famously said people would have asked for faster horses. Fair enough, but there is a huge difference between inventing something customers couldn't imagine and ignoring what they are repeatedly telling you. One is innovation, the other is arrogance. History has a habit of humiliating arrogance. Just ask Napoleon or Blockbuster. Before Supergirl even reached cinemas, millions of potential customers had already formed expectations. Whether these expectations were fair doesn't matter. Markets don't reward fairness, they reward demand. Customers don't buy your intentions, they buy what they believe they are getting. That's why perception matters. Hollywood keeps making the same mistake. It spends hundreds of millions producing the product and comparatively little time asking whether people actually want that version of the product. Imagine opening an Italian restaurant after your customers spent 6 months asking for pizza and proudly serving sushi, excellent sushi, perhaps still the wrong restaurant. This is exactly why so many billion-dollar brands struggle. Success creates confidence. Too much confidence becomes certainty. Certainty stops curiosity. And once curiosity disappears, listening usually disappears with it. The dangerous thing about success is that it convinces you your last victory automatically predicts your next one. Markets don't care what worked yesterday. Customers certainly don't. Now everyone is watching Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. As Hollywood remember that the audiences matter, or will it once again assume it knows better than the people buying tickets? We'll find out soon enough. Never become so successful that you stop listening. Your audience tells you what they value every single day in reviews, in comments, in ticket sales, in what they ignore, especially in what they ignore. Because silence and anger is usually the market's way of saying we are just not interested. Ignore your customers long enough and eventually they will return the favor. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe.